Hi, welcome to the Fitness Forum. My name is Kathy Ekdahl, and I'm a personal trainer and a strength and conditioning coach here in Hudson. I'm also a yoga instructor, and if you watched our last show here on the Fitness Forum, you noticed that we did a really nice basic yoga routine for you. So in our last show, I introduced a few basic yoga poses to you. And today, we're going to put those yoga poses together into a flow that you can do in the comfort of your own home. You know, our goal here at the Fitness Forum is to make exercise easy. And when we have a lot of barriers to exercise, like you don't know what to do, or where to go to do it, or who's a good teacher, who's not a good teacher, it can really weigh heavily on you. It can impact your ability to move forward. So we really want to provide the viewer, you guys here in Hudson, with a bunch of different routines that you could do at home, at the gym, anywhere you'd like to, even on vacation. Now, before we get started, I just want to mention to you that it's pretty important that you check with your physician before you start any new exercise program. Remember that there could be some aspects to your individual health that should be a barrier possibly to doing some of the yoga poses or anything we do here on the Fitness Forum. So check in with your doctor if you think you might need to. Now, in our first show back from hiatus, we did a strength training routine, a very basic core routine. Last time we did an introduction to yoga, and today we're going to put those things together. Before I start, I just want to mention to you that, if you have any suggestions for shows or any questions about anything we do here on the Fitness Forum, you can always email me. My email is Kathy@personalbestpersonaltraining.com, and I'd love to answer any of your questions. Okay, so yoga. Have you ever done yoga before? If you watched the last show, we did a few little poses for you to learn to master. We didn't put it together so much into a longer flow. Now, a flow in yoga is called vinyasa, a vinyasa flow, but basically it's comprised of various poses called asanas that go together in a very, very basic way. So, today we're going to put those together into a flow. If you haven't taken yoga before, one of the most important things I want to share with you is that it's very important before you start your yoga class that you do some nice, deep breathing, okay? So, if you're watching my show right now, what I want you to do is head down onto the floor. So you're going to lie onto the floor, nice and comfy. I'm going to go down there with you. Now, as I said last time, breathing, is not the most exciting TV. So I'm not going to lie here and breathe with you, but I'm going to take you through 2 or 3 minutes of nice, gentle breathing exercises to prepare you for the yoga flow we're going to be doing. So what I'd like you to do is to lay down onto your back. Okay, so when you lay down onto your back, I think it's best in the beginning, especially, that you have your knees bent. And the reason that we have our knees bent is that sometimes we have very tight muscles through the hips. And when we straighten our legs, it can pull our spine out of alignment. So just bend your knees, feet flat on the floor, nice and comfortable, and relax your arms by your side. And I want you to take 2 minutes, as much time as you need to just settle in to the show. Settle into the class, settle into being very present here in this room in your house today. So as I said, deep breathing isn't great television, but for you guys, what I want you to do is just lie comfortably on the floor with your knees bent as we discussed. Close your eyes and just breathe. When we breathe for yoga, what we're looking at doing is really getting the abdominal muscles to expand, the rib cage muscles to expand, and when you inhale, you expand those body parts and you fill the breath up all the way to the top of your shoulders if you can. On the exhale, just let the breath wash out. Just exhale, let the ribs contract, let the belly contract. So this is called 3-part breathing. And so again, as you're lying on the floor, I want you to inhale, expand your abdomen, expand your rib cage, fill yourself all the way up to your shoulders with as much breath as possible, and then exhale all the way back down. So try that 2 more times on your own. Nice big inhale, expand the belly, expand the rib cage, and then exhale all the way back down. Draw the belly button in, draw the rib cages in just like a bellows. And then for your last nice deep breath here, from the belly button you inhale, rib cage expands, fill yourself all the way up to your shoulders, and then exhale. So if your eyes are closed, go ahead and open those. Sometimes it's nice to have your eyes closed. And just lying here nice and comfortably, bring your knees into your chest. So as the knees come into your chest, give yourself a nice little hug. And on your next inhale, straighten the left leg down to the floor. So left leg goes down, right knee comes in, and then exhale, pull the knee in. So this is a wonderful hip opener, thigh opener, stretching the low back. So you're going to take a deep inhale here. Exhale, bring that left leg in. Inhale, bring the right leg all the way down. So now I'm going to pull the left knee in. I'm going to press that right leg down. So at home, you can take as much time with this as you need, but here today, we're going to just move through this so we can get you going on your work. So now you're going to inhale, arms over your head, legs out in front of you. It's okay if your low back comes up. It's okay to stretch. And then exhale, right knee. Pull the right knee all the way in. And now inhale, stretch, long on your body. Exhale, left. We're going to do this 2 more times. It's an inhale, lengthening and opening the front of the body. Exhale, right knee. And then 1 more time. Inhale and exhale, left knee. Okay, bring the other knee in. And so I hope you can see as my arms come out to the side, my palms are up, my thumbs are facing towards my head. And on your next exhale, just let the knees drop to the side. So I'm dropping my knees to the left side, and what's happening is the entire right side of my body is opening up. That should feel really, really good. So just stay with this for a couple breaths. Now as you inhale and exhale in this lying side twist, allow the right chest and the right shoulder and the right rib cage to expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. Take a deep inhale here, exhale the knees to the center, and then inhale the knees all the way in the opposite direction. So now my left shoulder is pressed to the floor. I'm opening the entire left side of my body, and I want you to just hang out here for a couple breaths. Now this is a wonderful posture repairer. So if you sit at a desk all day and your back is rounded, get down on the floor when you get home and do your side twists. So exhale, center, inhale back again, all the way to the left side. And you'll notice if your chest and shoulders are tight, that you'll feel a stretch in the front of the shoulders, and the shoulder might even pull up off the ground. And I'll show you what I mean here. Take an inhale, exhale, knees center, and then as I inhale this way, if I'm tight, this shoulder is going to pull off the floor. So if that happens, just release your arms down and let it relax. All right, now we're going to come center and place your feet on the ground. So here, feet are on the ground, kind of close to your rear end, and knees, hips, feet are aligned. With your palms into the ground, inhale, lift yourself up into a bridge. So here's a work pose. You're really going to feel it in your glutes, your buttocks muscle. You're going to feel opening through the front of the body. Now this should not hurt your knees, but you may feel a stretch here in your thigh muscles. So I want you to hold it here, stay up, take a nice deep breath, Inhale. Exhale, release the spine down and then pull the knees all the way into the chest. And then we're going to try it again. Feet go down onto the floor, hands next to you, pressing through the heels, everybody. Inhale up into the sky. Keep your glutes engaged and arms are nice and relaxed. So as you're up here, you may feel like this is getting hard, my thighs are getting tired. That's okay, it's normal. Keep working to your glutes. Squeeze your glutes for a couple more seconds here. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, release all the way down. Okay, so let's continue to work on the legs. What I have here is a tie. So this tie is going to be used to stretch the legs. So I want you to bring the left leg up in the air and take a tie. So this is a karate tie. You could use a bathroom tie, a bathroom robe tie rather. You could use a belt. And I want you to lasso your foot just like I am. And I have it on the ball of my foot because I'm getting a really nice stretch through my calf and through my Achilles. So notice I have one knee bent, one leg straight, and I'm just going to gently hold this. So as I hold this, relaxing my arms is important. And then I'm going to inhale and slide the other leg down. Now, if you are actually doing this rather than just watching, you'll find that the minute that you slide that leg down, you're going to feel more stretch. So just stay with it. This is a really nice stretch to do throughout your day. Sometimes we get tight in the hamstrings from sitting. So this is where using the tie is a big plus. So take a deep inhale here and exhale and release the leg. Now, remember that everybody's flexibility is different. So mine might be better than yours. It might be worse than yours. I'm sure there are people who have better flexibility than me. So leg is nice and straight. I'm lassoing the ball of my foot. I'm relaxing my arms. So I'm going to take a couple nice deep breaths here, and then on my next inhale, slide the other leg down to the floor. Now you'll notice on this foot that I've got the foot flexed, okay? That's to really get some work through that left leg as well. It's important that you flex the foot rather than let it point, so really flex it. Good, and then again, exhale and take this to your edge. Never want to force this stretch, guys, okay? Everybody's different. For me, this is a great stretch. For you, it might not be enough, or it might even be too much. If it's too much, bend that knee. Boy, that makes it easier. So, I'm going to release this. We're going to get rid of the tie, and I'm going to come on to all fours. So, one of the nice things about yoga is that you don't need any equipment. All I need is my mat and my tie. All right? So now I'm going to come on to all fours. So when you come on to all fours, you want to be in what's called a tabletop position, okay? So tabletop position means hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, okay? I'm going to come into this nice tabletop position, head in neutral. Notice my head isn't hanging and it's not looking up. It's just in neutral. Take an inhale through your nose and then exhale. Tuck the hips under, drop your head down, let your head relax. I'm really tucking my rear end under and pushing my hands into the mat. Pull your belly button in, and even though your belly button is really drawn in, find breath. Do you need to breathe up through here? Maybe. Find breath there. Deep inhale and deeper exhale. And now on your inhale, do the opposite. So now I'm going to lift my hips, make an arch in my spine, and release my shoulders down. Try not to have your shoulders like this, okay? So for me, I like to look down. Some people like to look up. You can even tell the quality of my voice. When I look up, it shuts things down a little bit. So maybe you want to keep your head in neutral. Take an inhale through your nose again. Exhale, tuck under. Let your head drop. Really pull your stomach muscles in. You're working your stomach. And now inhale. This is called cat and cow. And then exhale. Tuck your rear end under. So cat rolls, this is called. Now inhale, lift your hips up. Your back should feel really great with this. Exhale one more time. And inhale one more time. So now we're here. My toes are curled under. Hopefully my microphone will stay when I'm upside down. Hands into the floor. Exhale, heels down to the floor, nice and relaxed, okay? So you'll notice my hands are into the ground. I'm pushing myself back, okay? My knees are soft. I'm bending my knees on purpose so that I can get my heels down. You may be like this, right? That's okay. Just bend the knees, get the heels back to where you can, and with your hands into the mat, push your body back. Okay, so while I get out of this pose, you're going to stay in there. And you're going to take 3 breaths right there. Okay, so stay into your down-facing dog and take 3 breaths. All right? This is important that you're just present here. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time in society, we want to just go. We want to be out of whatever we're doing. Yoga is the opposite. In yoga, you stay where you are. And it's not always perfect, but it's better than the past or the present. We're staying right in the moment. So stay here. I'm going to come back and get you. Okay, you're going to stay here in your down-facing dog. By the way, the awesome thing about yoga is anytime that you're too tired, you get to stop. This isn't fitness, it's yoga. Okay? All right, so now I want you to lift your head just like I'm doing, and you're going to bring the left leg forward. You'll see I actually pulled my leg forward. Here I am in a pose that's called runner's lunge. Very intense pose, very intense, lots of work through here. Okay? So I want you to just stay here and breathe. Now go ahead and put your knee down. Come up a little bit. Here we are. Bring your hands behind you. Open your heart. And breathe. It's very important when you do this that you're feeling length through here. I'm getting a lot of length through the front of my thigh and then really opening up through my chest. I'm going to take a deep inhale here. Exhale, release the hands to the floor, curl the toe under, down facing dog. Here we are again. Okay, so staying here with awareness, right leg comes through into runner's lunge. An important part of runner's lunge is that this knee is in 90 degrees. You don't want to be like this, okay? So if you have to pull it like I just did, then go for it. So here, I have one hand here because for me this is most comfortable, but I'm really feeling the opening through the front of my left thigh. So everybody breathe, don't hold your breath. Take a deep inhale as you release the knee to the floor. Exhale. Now come up, stretch your chest muscles. Notice we're doing the same thing on this side. Deep inhale. Deep inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now release your arms. We're going to go back to down facing dog. So it doesn't matter how you do it, by the way. It doesn't have to be pretty. I can go to my knees here and then go up. Maybe that feels best for you. Either way. So now we're here in down facing dog. I'm going to shift just a little bit and I'm going to walk out. So this is going to walk out and you're in a push-up position. Very strong. I'm holding my abs tight. I'm pulling my stomach in, and I'm just going to hold here for 2 breaths. This is called high push-up position or high plank. Hard to breathe when you're here. Now go ahead and put your knees down. I'm showing you this modification, okay, because some of you won't be able to lower your body fully. For me, I can lower all the way to the ground, right? maybe you can't. So if you're in this position, knees down, take an inhale, exhale down. Now inhale to up facing dog. Shoulders are down. So I don't want to be like this, okay? My shoulders are down. Now if you are very tight through the front of the body, like through your hip flexors or your abdominals, this is hard. If it hurts your back, I want you to go down here. So this is called Sphinx. You can see why. It's a great pose. So we get the same sense of opening up the heart and chest without any stress on the back. Okay, now we're going to lower all the way down to the floor. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me well. I'll try to keep the mic from getting on the floor. So now I'm going to bring my arms behind me. So you can see my head is hovering slightly above the mat. So bring your feet together. Squeeze your rear end. Inhale, lifting up into full locust. Now this is a very hard pose, okay? And I'm not overarching, but I'm contracting everything in the back of my body. And now breathe. Take an inhale. And then exhale and just rest for a second. Okay, we're all gonna rest. You can rest with your forehead, right down onto your hands if you like. Okay? So we're going to do this one more time. I want you to think about using the muscles in the back of your body. So arms come next to you, palms are up, squeezing everything together, get it all together. Inhale and lift up. And once you're here, can you take some breaths? That's the hard part. And take a deep inhale here. Deeper exhale. Inhale one more time. And then hands here, exhale to child's pose. Child's pose is all the way back like this. Okay? So, in child's pose, you can rest. Just right here. So I want you to rest, and I'm going to talk while you're resting. Okay, so we've been on the floor. We did some challenging poses that open the back of the body, and we opened the front of the body. I just want to remind you before I stand up, because in a couple seconds we're going to use some standing poses, that when I stand up and we go through this flow, at any time, if your back hurts you, your knee hurts you, something feels too hard, stop. As I mentioned, yoga isn't really fitness. I mean, it is because we're in the US and we're westernized, but for the most part, yoga is about being present with your body, and so there's no competition, okay? You're not competing with anyone. You're not competing with me. Maybe yourself, and that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to come up now to a standing position. So, we did a lot of work onto the floor, and now we're going to put that together with some standing poses. So, because you're facing the camera, or I'm facing you, whatever, we're going to start this direction, then I'll turn sideways so you can see a little bit better. So I want you to start with your feet together. And typically, by the way, I would be facing this way because I'm going to be coming back on the mat, okay? But today I want to show you the first pose we're going to do. So I want you to just be here. Hands are at your heart. Body is nice and tall. When I'm in this pose, which is called Tadasana, it's called mountain pose. My abs are tight, my thighs are tight, my glutes are tight. I'm in a nice neutral position. So we're going to practice a balancing pose, which always is fun. So first of all, just slowly make sure are your feet on the floor fully. Big toe, little toe, heel, arch, everything. Try to get it on the floor. Start by shifting your weight to your left leg and test your left leg, okay? Just test, can you balance? What you're going to notice is you have one side better than the other, so try not to over-evaluate. Now I'm going to shift to my right leg. So what I always do in my classes is that we test. This is a test, okay? So this is going to give you feedback about what side of your body has better balance. Sometimes for me it's my right. So I'm going to shift back to the left foot. And here we're going to come into a modified tree pose. So in tree, you're going to take your right foot and place it just into the side of the calf. And you're going to try and hold. Okay, I say try. It doesn't matter if you can't do it. No one's watching. Now, I'm going to inhale and bring my arms up over my head. So I'm going to inhale, making the tree taller and making the balance harder. And so just stay here for a couple breaths. Just relax your mind. That's the important part about balancing poses. And now exhale and release. Remember, this isn't a contest. If you can't do it, you can practice and get better. Hands at your heart. Again, left foot comes up and it sits right into my side of my calf. It fits perfectly. Now, typically in tree, the leg comes all the way up here. But for this show, not knowing you guys, I think this is a great modification for you. So it's going to sit there. I'm pressing my thigh back. And then if you'd like to, inhale, arms up over the head. I think it's really important to practice balance. And I think it's really important to have a quiet mind when you balance, okay? So we'll take a deep inhale here. We'll exhale down. So here we go. Now we're going to put it all together. Believe it or not, it goes all together. So I'm going to face sideways this time because this is the way you'll face on your mat. And I'm going to move up the mat a little bit here. So nice and tall, you're with me, right? You're going to shift your weight to your left foot. You're going to place your right foot in. And you're going to inhale. And we're going to stay here for a couple breaths. So again, you've got a side view of me, and there's a reason for this. In a second, we're going to step that right leg back into warrior pose. Okay? Beautiful. So, without much fanfare, step your right foot back. Okay, now you'll notice the front foot is straight ahead, pointing where my hands are. The right foot is kitty corner. And I'm going to bend the left knee and exhale into warrior. And we're going to stay here. So your thighs are going to get tired. That's okay. Feel like you're pushing through the side of the right thigh. And careful that you're not doing this. Okay, I want you right centered. So we're going to take a deep inhale here. And a deeper exhale, and we're going to release the arms down, and here we are, runner's lunge. So make your adjustments if you need to, okay? You can adjust your feet however you need to. Take a deep inhale, exhale, down facing dog. Okay, here we are in down facing dog. You were here earlier. Don't think about this too much. I want you to walk out into a high plank. You're going to hold this for a couple breaths. When you're ready, you're either going to drop your knees to the floor or lower the whole body down. Beautiful. Now bring your arms down here as you exhale. Contract your entire body in the back. Inhale and lift up. Here we are, full locust. So the thing about a vinyasa flow is you repeat this for each side as many times as you like. Take a deep inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, up facing dog. Curl your toes under. Exhale, down facing dog. So our right leg went back the first time. Now we bring the right leg forward into runner's lunge. Watch this, it's magic. Together, here I am. Whew. So, we did one side. You got another side. Okay, so in that vinyasa flow, take that all on one side, come back now to your tree, and repeat it to the left side. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's a quick flow. It covers a lot of bases. It's a great at-home yoga flow. And just remember, as always, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to email me at Kathy, that's with a K, at personaltraining.com. and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Take care.